at some point in your life, you've had to see diversity in films. Whether you like this diversity or not, there's something I think we should all be able to agree on. Diversity does not equal good. Now, before you call me racist or something, I don't hate diversity, okay? I actually quite like it when you can play a game as a black character or an Asian character. I enjoy games that try to appeal to more than one race, but I have a problem with all the different types of diversity and how they're used. Just a reminder that I'm saying this without a script, so if I sound like I'm being hostile, that's why I'm not practicing this, I'm just saying stuff. So, what is the problem with diversity? Well, oftentimes there will be a character whose only actual personality trait is their orientation. Now, you've probably seen this in films where, like, there's a gay person whose entire personality is that they're gay. They do stereotypically gay things. They talk in that stereotypically gay voice. They wear stereotypically gay clothes. They act way too flirty with men when in reality, most gay people would probably be a lot less open about just, walking up to a random guy and slapping him on the rear. Another thing is like, well, when they do kind of the opposite of that, where they're kind of like just they're basically just an American with a skin on, literally. Like, you ever seen those characters that are supposed to be Asian, but they just act way too American? They don't talk about their cultures, but their entire character is that they're supposed to be they're supposed to be from Asia, but they talk nothing about Asia. They have no accent to show they're from Asia, which, while that would be stereotypical, it would at least help if your Asians, the people from a different culture, weren't just reskinned Americans. Like, tell me what's going on in Tokyo or Vietnam. Wait, no, Vietnam is a country, actually. Is it? I honestly forgot. But lately it's gotten to the point where people have been collecting sexualities in shows like the freaking Pokemon cards. Like, I get it. You want to appeal to more people, so more gay people will buy your weird romance novel nonsense. But like, bro, why the random lesbian in the action movie? Why do we need the lesbian in the action movie? Why can't it just be a person? We don't even need to explore their sexuality at all. We could just have this person, beating people's behinds. But nope, you choose to make them lesbian. Or, if they're a guy, you choose to make them gay. Or they're trans. Or they're bi. Or they're pan. Or, like, if that doesn't happen, then they give them like 900 pounds of trauma. If you're gay or something, just because you have more diversity, they'll probably give you more, or like 300 pounds of trauma instead of 900. Now, am I over exaggerating? Possibly. But I'm just saying what's going through my mind right now. I have no script, okay? So if I sound aggressive, I'm not trying to be. I don't have anything against gay people, or trans people, or bi people, or pan people, or any of the other freaking rainbow flag nonsense, because I'm gonna be honest, I keep forgetting all of them because there are so many freaking LGBTQ plus nonsense. I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I just don't expect me to remember that I'm supposed to call you a female when you are very clearly a male. I have nothing against trans people. It's just aggravating seeing someone who clearly is a man walk up to me and get offended that I call them a he. Like, you are a he. If you don't want to be a he, then castrate yourself. Now you're an it or a they. But I bet you wouldn't do that. So just stop, okay? Even if you get a surgery, I honestly just don't care. Because if I see man, I use man pronoun. That's how my mind works. I can't walk up to every person in public and ask them what's their pronoun. Yeah. I just went way off course there. But there's another level, sadly. Some people use mental disabilities for diversity. Now, I personally have ADHD or at least ADD, and you probably wouldn't notice it at first because I'm pretty quiet if I don't like someone. So, you think I'm a completely normal person from a glance. Why is it that every character that has some type of mental disability that can make someone act in a way, act in that way, like for example, why is every autistic character always extremely stupid and naive? Why? You I'm pretty sure there was somewhere where it was said that Elon Musk could have been autistic, and if he is, congratulations for him for being a successful autistic person. But if it is true, that means that no, being autistic doesn't automatically mean that you're extremely stupid. Because as you can see, Elon Musk is probably one of the most. He's one of the most, if not the most successful person on the planet right now. At least I think so. I should probably check on that later. But if I'm wrong, I'll just like drop another video. Yeah. I also have anxiety, which I'm medically diagnosed with that if I remember correctly. So yeah. But from a distance, you probably wouldn't even know I had anxiety. I just look like a regular person who awkwardly stares away from people whenever they're walking in the opposite direction. So yeah. You just wouldn't know I had anxiety, and you also wouldn't know I have ADD or ADHD. I'm not sure which one it is, but I'm pretty sure it's ADHD, even though everyone else keeps swearing that I have ADD. I'm not, I don't know if I'm medically diagnosed with either, but I know I have it because I can't keep my mind in one place, which you wouldn't even notice. So, no, not every person with ADHD bounces off the walls like a freaking idiot all day. I actually spend most of my time sitting down making videos and playing video games and watching YouTube. So, yeah. Also, lately I've been slightly into music, although I'm not very good at it. I'll probably drop a video on that later. Oh, no. Guys, I forgot to talk about Rain, that show was supposed to be making. Yeah, I finally got the files for it, so I can continue working on it. Because the reason I didn't have my files was because I had simply forgot to transfer them for a while. Because I started animating on Chromebook. But now that I have this, it should be much easier for me. Anyway, let's talk about mashing. Technically, I already talked about this, but I want this to be its own segment. Mashing is something it's basically a word I use for whenever a character has just way too many traits and you can clearly tell they're just made to compact a bunch of diversity together so that people will want to watch the show more, because for whatever reason in the film industry you can't make a show or movie without there being one gay kissing scene or essentially just paygorn, if you know what I'm saying. Also, I'm going to be voice acting a bit more when I, you know, make my videos. So, expect to see maybe a few lines or two in another video. Also, I need to post a video about me making music, although it'll be a pretty short video probably, because like the total length of the clips I have of it so far are like what 8 minutes. Yeah, about 8 minutes, and about 8 minutes and 52 seconds. That's if the information it's giving me is correct. So yeah, expect a pretty short video somewhat soon. So why is mashing bad? Well, it gets to the point where instead of characters being characters, they're just tools used to compact a bunch of random nonsense together. Like, why is this a lesbian Asian woman with autism and ADHD? And why is there a black person with anxiety, but they're also gay? And why is there this random Mexican looking dude who's, well, they just sound like a completely different race? Maybe they have a completely different accent. Maybe they don't have an accent at all, which is fine because not every single person who looks like they should be Asian talks like an Asian. And I know because I personally had a class with a guy who looked Mexican ish, I think, but his eyes were more like Asian because he had those little slits for eyes. And he talked very American like. Like, there was no accent to him at all. He talked properly like an American. Now, I'm not saying that talking with an accent is improper. I'm just saying he talked proper by American standards. So, no, not every character who looks like they should have an accent has an accent. So, I guess that's somewhat okay, but the problem is when there's a character that mashing often leads to extremely terrible writing for said character. I mean, the idea of a Asian or Mexican person being gay or lesbian or trans or pan, which would go against probably their country's belief system, is actually very interesting in my opinion. But most of the time, they don't seize this opportunity. Instead, it's just here, I gave you a gay character. Now, give me money. I mean, I can understand when a character is, you know, I can understand a character being like gay or lesbian from a different country because somewhat, like being gay even happens in animals, let's be honest. There's gay foxes, gay dogs, stuff like that. But the problem is there's no personality to them most of the time. Like I said earlier, at least I think I said this earlier, having a gay character is fine. Having a lesbian character is fine. Having a trans character is fine. But for the love of God, give them an actual character and not just be the marketing image for gay people and stuff. Well, not just gay people, LGBTQ people. Because there's also the fact that investors usually won't invest in something if it looks like it won't. Oh shoot! I should have made that its own segment. You know what? We're just making that a segment now. Investors are a big reason why so many mashing characters exist. The a reason why so much diversity has been forced on the films. Gay people like gay stuff. If it doesn't appeal to them, they probably won't watch it, which technically is also somewhat discrimination, but we don't talk like that because gay people don't like it. And for some reason, picking on a gay person is considered worse than picking on a regular person. Anyway, investors are a big part of why so many things happen the way they do. Investors even are partially probably part of the reason why Roblox banned Schlep and stuff in the first place. They're probably a big reason why the whole AI face verification thing happened. But we're not here to talk about Roblox. I literally just made a whole video about that. So, yeah. In the movie industry, the investors are particularly important because investors give you extra money that you need to finish the movie. Without investors, you can lose your own money or you just couldn't have the money at all. So you have to appeal to the investors. If you don't, your movie just probably won't get made. And if it does get made, gay people will probably hate it because for some reason you can't have a movie if there's not enough gay people. There's a gay quota now. What? No, listen, I can understand background characters doing this, but my problem is when you try to make this character like a bigger part of the movie, and then they're just they're just gay. Yeah, they're just gay. The whole character joke trope, they're gay. But what about the fact that they're gay? What? Anyway, I should probably stop here before I offend anyone. So, yeah. Anyway, like and subscribe if you watch this far. Please. You don't have to, but it would really help if you did. I still don't have an outro for all of my videos. So, I guess my intro will just be the hello from the beginning. Anyway. Anyway,